Okay, so a while back I was asked to do Blade versus Black Panther, so I decided it'd be easier to start first with doing the movie versions. Because you got the Blade movie from 1998, so 20 years ago, and then you have the 2018 film of Black Panther, so just how they are portrayed in the movies. So you do have the three movies with Blade, not including the TV show. Still Blade, different character. And of course, looking at the feats that we've got from Civil War and Black Panther. Same rules, of course, apply. Person with the more points more likely would win. One thing to also keep in mind is I think the last Blade movie was 2004. So I am comparing special effects that are from, 16 to 20 years ago. Let's keep that in mind. Alright, so here you go. First and foremost, intelligence. Now, of course, they redid the background of Blade. Whistler mentioned that he found Blade as a child. So we don't have the hundreds of years of experience that we have for Blade, of course, in the comics. So he's just someone who's been trained effectively to hunt vampires by an older white man, played by Chris Christopherson, versus what you had for Black Panther, who had the Wakanda education growing up, which is pretty much you can go from primary school all up to universities, and with the use of the heart-shaped herb and the little meditation trance that he undergoes, he actually gets to talk to all of his ancestors. So, the superior schooling, and the fact that he gets to call on the information experience of his ancestors. So there's a lot of intelligence there. Fighting ability. Blade, first and foremost, was an action film. From the opening sequence, where it's pretty much him just carving up vampires, left and right. There's nothing wrong with, Black Panther, less of an action-oriented film, still an action film, but nowhere near Blade, where Blade was near constant levels of action. So you actually had to see him flex his muscles a lot more when it came to the overall fighting acclimate. Strength. They actually show Blade having levels of superhuman strength. Plus, he's battling vampires who natively have a superhuman level of strength. Yes, Black Panther with the heart-shaped herb does have a pretty good amount of strength, and he's showing taking down some fairly large and impressive crafts. We don't see that consistently enough, where with Blade, we definitely do pick up on the fact that he has a level of superhuman strength. Speed. This might come down a lot more just to the fact of the time frame in movies. I was thinking, I'm like, do we really have moments where Blade used a lot of speed? My first thought was in battle with Deacon Frost, where he carves him up tremendously with the sword. And you see as he's kind of Deacon Frost begins to reform because he's now a blood god. And I was like, well, you've got that moment. And you also have when he actually ends up kicking all the different vials of Deacon Frost. Technically, yeah, but I kind of see those falling more under a fighting ability and fighting skill than actual speed. Where we had Black Panther, who was running off of cars and be able to maintain enough speed to not get hit by the flipping car behind him. Again, that might be more technological advantage than anything else. Invulnerability, man, that suit. As great as they made Blade out to be, Blade's body armor was good for light armaments. In North America, if they actually did run him through with his own sword and pin him against a wall, where the suit that Black Panther had on, beyond made out of vibranium, so it's the strongest known metal in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He also effectively got the kinetic upgrade as well, and that just made his suit ridiculous. Far superior to what we saw with Blade. Now, again, this is a deviation from the comics. Blade, while he does have really good healing abilities, they did show that as he gets beaten down, as he bleeds more, he does require extra infusions to keep himself up and running. Where we don't really see that with Black Panther. Thanks to the heart-shaped herb, he's pretty much going. And the two times we saw the heart-shaped herb used, The amount of healing that happens on his body almost instantaneously is incredible. I mentioned this is also range. No problem giving this to Blade. If you ever remember watching the movie, he had the shotguns that fired the silver stakes. He had the glaive that he threw around. You know, he had explosives. He had multiple styles of guns. We don't see Black Panther. He's the suit and the claws, and all the abilities built into the suit. So with Blade, you have to see he's carrying a lot more weapons. It's almost like when most people fight something like the Punisher. The Punisher is going to have a tremendous amount of guns. He's going to have armaments. He's going to have weapons to help him out. Blade, like Punisher, lethal. Black Panther, non-lethal. If you're trying to do, how much damage can you do at distance, a high amount of lethality, it does a tremendous job when it comes to damage at distance. Versatility. While Blade carried a lot of weapons, and he had a lot of fairly good skills, I'm comparing this versus the suit. I guess it comes down to that suit. The kinetic absorption and redirection ability of that suit, don't think it's a spoiler alert, he used it a lot in the trailers. It's just ridiculous. And of course the Kimoyo beads, which effectively allows him to have a supercomputer strapped to his wrist. So he's got the ability to actually probably interface with that while he's fighting. There's a lot of skills that he's got. He's just wearing it right there on his wrist. And then of course X Factor, I have to give it to Black Panther. I was thinking this too. I'm like, all right. With the suit design of Black Panther, showing that he was able to take bullets, he was taking slash implements, as well. Unless Blade has got a grenade launcher, he needs a really heavy amount of ordnance to do enough damage to Black Panther to actually take him down long enough. I was like, well, could Blade take his sword? You could use that sword to inflict enough damage to actually break through the vibranium armor and wound, if not kill, Black Panther. And I was thinking, no, because if you're already taking guns, if you're already taking shots, if you're able to sustain large falls and a suit is still okay, and the person inside is relatively fine. As great as Blade comes to combat and fighting skills, that suit is entirely sealed, and he's not going to be able to do enough damage to really truly hurt the guy on the inside. Now, it's just the movie version. I am, of course, working on the comic book version. The problem is there's a lot more information to try to get through with those guys. And for those of you who have been asking, what about all the other ones? So here are just some of the future fights that I've got on my list. That's not, of course, including, I have wrestling ones on here as well. So, I got an awful lot of random ones here that I need to try to work through. So if you see ones you like, by all means. See ones you don't like, also comment about that as well.